The Bike It project, supported by Sustrans, encourages and supports adults and children to get cycling. Cycle confidence courses are run for those who do not feel comfortable on a bike or indeed upon the road.
And the Bike It scheme that we have is to encourage children to cycle more. It's about developing the town and our school as more of a biking community and promoting different ways of getting to school as opposed to getting in the car. And before we started Bike It, there was roughly between 12 and 15 children cycling to school on a regular basis. Today we've had over 90 bikes in this bike shed, and it's just stopped snowing. It's about 1 or 2 degrees Celsius in November, so that's been a massive success. It's really encouraged people to get on their bikes and to use cycling as a means of transport around the town.
It brings us close together, yeah. We share times together out in the fresh air, seeing wildlife, laughing at each other when we fall off, or congratulating one another when we happen to ride long distances. And yeah, definitely. My husband, their dad comes out too. We all have bikes.
Sustrans is the UK's leading sustainable transport charity, and they deliver practical projects, of which Bike It is one. So I work with 10 schools in Thetford. It's a practical project where I aim to remove the barriers that prevent people from cycling. So with schools, I go in and talk to them about why they don't cycle, and we do a survey, and I found that 42% of children in Thetford want to cycle to school, but only, I think it was 3% did regularly. So I spend a lot of time talking to parents and overcoming their fears, and the children just want to cycle. I don't have any problem motivating them, but I do run events that the parents can get involved into so that they can come as a family.
We've had a Bike It breakfast where children came along, cycled, parked up and then had some food. We've had the competition that we've been running at the moment to the virtual race to Lapland. We've had bike sales, and we've been had bike fun days and all sorts of different activities during school time and also sometimes outside of school time.
My most successful events have been things like bike breakfast. So the children cycle to school, and when they cycle to school they get a free breakfast. At Norwich Road School we had 120 children cycle one day last summer for bike breakfast, and then in autumn we did another one at that school and we had 93 children cycle for breakfast, which was good considering it was really cold.
If you promote the idea of exercise and movement and in the enjoyment of those things, then that will naturally lead on to them choosing those options later in life. I think it's absolutely essential that schools are on board on this kind of scheme, because academic progress is important, but health is essential, whether that's as a child or as an adult.
My champion, Carl Clark at the Bishop School, has taken the school from having 2 cyclists a day to 25. His enthusiasm for the project's been amazing. He's now set up the cycle surgery in the school where he fixes the children's bikes and teaches the children about fixing their bikes. He has youth groups visit to fix bikes, and now people are coming towards him to ask for advice on bike mechanics and things. And I have no fear that when I leave the project, Carl will carry on Bike It because he's been bitten by bike fever.
Georgie Burr, the Bike It officer for Thetford, who works with Thetford Healthy Towns, came to us in December and proposed setting up me as a Bike It champion in the school, which I really enjoy. So I said, yeah. I was offered this surgery by our head teacher, Claire Cook. The project entails getting the community involved with the school and the school involved with the community. When I arrived here in October last year, there was 3 to 4 bikes on a regular basis coming into the school. We've now got between 35 and 45 coming in. We've got parents biking in with their children where they never used to. They used to bring them in cars. So that's just had a really dramatic effect on the lifestyles of people in this community. And we see people out there biking with their children now.
Can you help me fix my tyre? I went over some bumps and it gone flat.
Oh no. Let's take it through here, shall we? When we started here, the 3 to 4 bikes, no one had helmets. And now we've got 89% of the children with helmets. All the bikes checked over on a regular basis, so their brakes and everything are working. And we have a doctor bike with Georgie and one of the Green Ventures guys come down here. So we check over every bike, see if they're roadworthy. If they're not, then we repair them. So I just see us as being there for the community.